But let me say this, don't let anyone else create your world for you. Because if you do, they will always create your world too small.
That's right.
Don't let anyone else create your world for you. For if you do, they will always create your world too small. It happened to me in the school choir. I'll finish with this. I'll tell you a story. Can't remember how old I was. I must have been 9 or 10. It was probably shortly after the swimming debacle. And I was auditioning for the school choir, and there was myself and a boy called Dean. We were standing there, and Mrs. Woodward, I don't know what it was about Mrs. Woodward, our music teacher, but she really didn't like me. I know, I can't believe it. I know, I didn't like her much either. Every time I went to school, I'd see the broomstick parked outside the classroom. I knew she was there. Petrol increases would never be a problem for this woman. You understand? Just fly in. Anyway, she wasn't very nice. Never to me, anyway. I've forgiven her. Bless her. Do you know, as I said that, I was thinking, I hope she's not in heaven. I should never think that, should I? But, anyway. She probably will be now. She'll be there at the pearly gates, won't she? Go and queue up here. Yes, Mrs. Woodward. Anyway, there I am, and I'm auditioning for this choir, and she comes over and she says, "We've got a growler here today." I don't know what she meant, a growler. She said, "One of you two boys," and she looked at Dean, looked at me, said, "One of you two is growling. You're not singing the song, you're growling. Now sing the song individually." And she said to Dean, "Sing the song." So he sang the verse of this song, "Land of the silver birch, high in a rocky place, I'll build a wigwam close by the water's edge, silent and still." I still remember the song. He sings this song. No disrespect to Dean, he was a lovely kid, but he sounded like a cement mixer with a load of gravel in him. I'm thinking, I'm in the choir. I'm fine. She turns to me, "Now you sing the song, Keith." I sing the song. I sound like a cherub. And she looked at me and she said, "You have no place in my choir with a voice like that. Get out of this room." I know. It was much worse than that because I left crying, I have to say. Well, it wasn't that bad. What had she done? She had shrunk my world. Now, I have to lovingly submit that Mrs. Woodward was wrong. Not because I think I have an opinion of Dean, but I was singing in the community choir from the age of 4. I'd sung in choirs. The next year I auditioned again because a new music teacher had taken over. Mrs. Snaden had taken over, and I was given one of the principal parts. So I knew, yeah, I know, who would have thunk it? I know that. But she shrunk my world, and I didn't really bother with that for years until the day I came to sing at my own wedding. Yes. I'm not going to sing to you because I've got a cold. You're all right. But I sang this song. But it was a huge thing for me because all of a sudden the words of Mrs. Woodward came back to me. "You have no place in my choir. Get out of my room." Now, I had no desire to become a singer or a performer or anything else like that. I just always have enjoyed singing. But I sang at our wedding as a result of that. Some other friends of ours say, "Will you please come and sing at our wedding?" I could have had a career as a wedding singer. But I decided no. For even that would be creating my world too small. I shall not do this thing. If you allow anyone else to create your world, they will always make it too small because they will want to put their insecurities upon you. They will want to limit you. So when we as Christians stand up and we say, "Do you know, I feel God's calling me to do this," why is it we have people around? Sometimes even our spouses will say to us, "You could never do that. You just get back in the box. Go on, off you go. Back there." My friends, we are called to greatness, but greatness comes through humility. It doesn't come from thinking we're better than anyone else. We're called to greatness because Jesus said, and we'll touch on this when we speak about sacrificial living later on this year, but we're called to greatness, and Jesus said this: "Whoever wants to be great amongst you must become the least." So let's not start thinking, "Oh, I've got a ladder of some success here. I've got to become this, I've got to become that to prove that God's with me." No. Greatness comes through humility. It comes from humility. It does not come through striving and trying to climb up career paths. It doesn't come in church, that is. Let me say this to you. very briefly. Some of us here have dreams of running our own businesses, of promotion at work, of becoming people of influence in our workplace, and we've stopped. We've just stopped. Some of us here have dreams about all our family members becoming Christians, and beyond just praying for them, we seem to have stopped and shrunk back. There's an embarrassment, and I can understand some of that, but we've shrunk back. We've stopped believing. We'd rather stay at Haran in our life rather than pushing in to Canaan. Some of us here, and take this the right way, some of us here are called to be millionaires, to invest in the kingdom of God. I've met people like this. You wouldn't know they're millionaires, but they just invest in the kingdom of God. But something has happened to you, and people have said, money's evil, so you shouldn't do that. So you've crawled into this box, and you've placed yourself at a place called Haran, and you're not walking in your Canaan. My friends, it's time for us and other dreams that happen. In fact, some of you here, even young people, I speak prophetically over the youth, that some of you here do believe that you are here to change the world. Don't stop believing that. Never stop believing that. I met someone this week, my oldest friend, who said to me years ago when I came out of Bible college, all you Bible college students think you're going to change the world, and it never happens. Yes, it does. Every day of my life, I change the world in some way because I'm breathing the oxygen that other people could use. I'm doing something for God. Some of us here think we're too old now. It's beyond us. My friends, you can pick it up, climb out of that box. You can pick it up. What are we here to do? We need to rediscover our dreams. And one of the things I'm excited about is our ministry tracks and our discipleship tracks and partnership tracks. Some of you have been on them. Some of you will be coming on them in July. We need to fill those up really, really quickly. But I want to say this. I'm excited because we're releasing people. We're discovering things. We're going to celebrate that together. And I'm excited because you're not going to be fulfilling my dream. Oh, forgive us if we have made you cannon fodder for our vision. My vision is to see you discover yours and run with it. That's really topsy-turvy church thinking, isn't it? But if you discover your vision and run with it and are successful in God, I'll be the happiest man alive. And there'll be a move of God that we can't contain.